Okay, so good evening. Sorry, I don't know what happened a while ago. I don't know why the other link for yesterday was no longer. I don't know what happened really. So please use this link to join the class so that, okay, fantastic. We have Essay join us today. Essay, I thought you were in the other class. I was calling your name. I was calling your name in the other class. Yay, I have Esther with us today. I hope network will let you stay, Esther, today. How are you doing? Sorry about that. I wanted us to use the other class the link we used yesterday, but I'm not sure what happened. Esther, how are you today? Esther, how are you? You are the first two people here. Who? Sorry about that. Let me quickly inform everyone here that we are here. Okay, we have, I'm not sure I have your name. Mazi Hill School, please, can you share your name? What's your name, Mazi Hill School? Mazi Hill School. Mazi Hill School. Name, please, so I can address you by your name. Yay, I have Joanne here with us. Joanne, good evening. How are you? Joanne, good evening. How are you doing? Mazi Hill School, what is your name, please? Okay, so while we wait for everyone, you can unmute yourself and say whatever you and share your name. For Mazi Hill School that we are seeing for the first time, my name is Enimie Orebo. We started this class yesterday, and I do hope that you have gone to the YouTube channel, the unlisted YouTube channel, to actually catch up with what we had yesterday. It is the self-leadership. It is the self-leadership building, or yes, the leader in you. That is what we are all talking about. And yesterday, we started this class on self-leadership. We talked about quite a number of interesting things. And so today we are diving right into it. So we're supposed to use yesterday's link, but it didn't work for me. I do not have an explanation to that, but apologies. I sincerely apologize for that. It didn't work for me yesterday. So we go right ahead into today. So before we go ahead today, Mazi Hill School, I was asking you, I said, share your name, please, so that I will know your name and I will address you by your name. Unmute yourself and tell us your name.
Kelechi.
Kelechi. Whoa, thank you.
Kelechi.
All right, a very fine name. So I know everybody else is. You all know my name. My name is Enimie Orebo. You call me Miss Enimie Orebo. So I know we have Esther here. We have okay, Esther is no longer with us. We have Joanne with us. We have Essay with us. Welcome everyone. So before we go ahead, let's play a quick game. Now, this is not a regular game like that. It's just a game that will help you test your morality. That is basically it. So, are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes, ma.
Okay.
Yes, ma.
Okay, let me quickly go. So you are on a break. You are back to school now. You know, back to school after the summer break, and you have a best friend. This friend is really, really your best friend in school. You are super cool. You do a lot of things together. The person has your secret. You have the person's secret. Now you are on a break and everyone is out of the class. And then as you are passing by your window, the window of your class, you see this your best friend who has been there for you. You know, the friend has, both of you have fought bullies. The friend has really been there for you. The friend is going through your teacher's bag and the friend takes money from your teacher's bag. Now, before you didn't find, after that, you were looking for the friend, didn't find the friend again. Okay, so you get to class and your teacher announces that the money is missing. Her money is missing. And of course, you know that your friend took the money. So, and you know that if you tell your teacher that your friend took the money, your friend will, your friend will get in big trouble. Your friend may be expelled from school. Your friend is going to be embarrassed. Your friend is definitely going to face disciplinary measure. And then your friend is going to hate you. He's going to be stop being your friend. And if you do not tell your teacher about it, your friend is going to steal the money. Now, you quickly meet your friend and you tell your friend, I know you took this money. Your friend tells you, please don't tell, don't tell, don't tell. So what are you going to do? Are you going to tell your teacher, or you are going to cover up for your friend? Let's go. Kelechi, what are you going to do? Will you tell your teacher you cover up for your friend?
My teacher.
But if you tell your teacher, your friend will stop being your friend now. They are going, this is your best friend though, your best friend that you have done a lot of things together. Maybe somebody was bullying you. This best friend has come to help you fight the bully, you know? So if you tell your teacher, he will be so angry at you, he will stop being your friend. So are you still going to tell your teacher, oh, you are going to say,
yes, teacher.
Okay, that's fine. So even if he stops being your friend, you will not care. Even if he's expelled from school, you will not care.
Yes, ma.
Okay, so let's go. Essay, what would you do? Derek is not here. What happened? Derek, we are waiting for you.
I think I will tell the teacher.
If you tell the teacher, he will stop being your friend.
Well, how about that friends?
Okay. So Esther, what will you do?
Like that. When he sees you, you ask, who is that?
Excuse me, just a reminder for Derek to join us. Esther, what will you do?
So Victor, what would you do?
Okay, Joanne, what will you do? You're not answering. What will you do?
Well, I think I'll cover up for my friend though.
You cover you cover up for your friend because your friend has been there for you, because your friend will cover. But that's not the right, that is not should I say right now? That is not, it's kind of somehow. If you cover your friend, that means you are an accomplice. That means you are lying. You are an accomplice. How about that? Okay. So here's what I want you to do. You see this question I asked now? I want you to note it down. I think I have it here. I'm going to share it in the group. You are going to note it down. At the end of the class, you are going to talk to your parents. You are going to share it with your mom or your dad. You're going to tell them, see a question I have. Ask my mom, what are you going to do? If it happens to you, what are you going to do? If your mom says, I will tell, you tell your mom, you know your mom's best friend, right? You tell your mom, what if it is this your best friend? If it is this your best friend that has been there for you, what will you do? You're going to ask your mom this question. Now, you have your family values, don't you? I'm sure everyone here has family values. So your mom is going to answer you based on your family values. So you are going to ask your parents this question. I'm going to share it in the group. You are going to see it from there. So you don't need to write it down. You are going to ask your parents these questions. So let me ask you another question before we go on. You wear uniform to school, right?
Yes, ma.
Do you think it's necessary for you to wear uniform to school? Do you think, because in some countries, in the United States, for example, they don't wear uniform to school. And they still study, they still learn, they still do fantastically well in their exams. So do you think wearing uniforms to school is necessary? Should teenagers especially should be made to wear uniform to school? Who is answering?
Yes, sir.
You think it's what does it matter? What does uniform matter? What does it matter to wear uniform to school? Does this help you learn better? Does this stop anything? Let's go.
so that
Kelechi, let's
you
go.
are there. For identification purpose.
Identification purpose. But in other schools, like in the US, for example, where they don't wear uniforms to school, they identify them, don't they identify them?
Yes, ma'am.
So how is it identification purpose? You have your ID card, so it shows that, okay, I'm actually in Mazi Hill School. Okay, let's go. Let's have Essay answer. Essay, do you think uniform is necessary? Do you think Nigeria is just too much? What is uniform? What does it matter? Is it not your aim of going to school is to learn? So what does it matter if you wear uniform or not? Do you think it's necessary?
Yes, it's necessary to wear
Why is it
uniform
necessary?
so that they will know so that people will know that you are in a particular school.
Why do people need to know you're in a particular school? What does it matter? In countries where they don't wear uniform, don't they still go to school? If people know you're in a particular school, what does it matter?
For example, if a person, let's say the school is notorious for bad, is a notorious school. The people there, they behave notorious. So if you want to get the particular name of the school, you have to see their uniform first.
Okay. Okay. So let's go to Joanne. Joanne just joined us. Esther, let's go. Do you think wearing uniform to school is a big deal? Do you think it's not necessary? Uniform should just be scrapped and allow people wear what they want to wear to school. What's the big deal? Do you think so? Do you think so? Okay. So I don't think Joanne and Esther. I don't know what. Esther, did you hear the question? You want to tell us? You want to answer? Tell us what you think about uniform wearing.
No,
to
I
school.
didn't get the question. The
Okay,
network
I
just came
said
back.
the question was, do you think wearing uniform to school is necessary? Because there are some schools that they don't wear uniforms to school. Like some schools abroad, they don't wear uniforms to school. If you're in the US or in Canada or in the UK, you realize that some schools, they don't wear uniforms to school and they still learn, they still do well. So why do we have to wear uniform to school every day? What does it matter? After all, it doesn't stop you from learning. So what do you think?
I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary.
You think it's necessary? Why is it necessary?
No, I don't think. I said I don't think it's necessary. It's just unnecessary stress.
Unnecessary stress. Yes, they can just let us go to school without uniform. What is the big deal, right? So anyway, whether you agree that uniform is necessary or not is really not about right or wrong question. Really, it's a question that's supposed to help you think. You sit back and think. So you just sit back and think, okay, uniform is really necessary. It's to help you build your thinking skills. You want to sit back and think, what is the big deal about uniform? Because yes, what is the big deal about uniform? Wearing uniform to school. So if I don't wear uniform to school, what does it matter? So that is what the question is about. So you are going to note it down. I'm going to share it in the group. You are going to note it down. At the end of the day, you are going to have a friend of yours or a sibling of yours. You are going to debate, create a debate around it. Holiday, one of your holiday tasks. Have debates about this thing. You and your sibling or you and your friend. Tell them that you have a debate topic for them. Is uniform necessary? Just have them choose anyone. You choose, take a side, they take a side. You don't necessarily have to take a particular side. They take their side, you take their side. You do your research. You bring your research, you bring your points. You can have a judge, someone, your parents, tell them you have a debate. You can have a supporter. You know, when you have a debate, a proper debate, you have someone that will support your idea, your position. He or she has someone that supports their position. You have a proper debate. You have people around you come in and judge. You research, you think, you put yourself into it. Do you understand? It's just a small task for you. Do you understand that? It's just a small task for you to do, for you to debate
Yes.
about that. Wearing uniform to school, is it necessary?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so good. Welcome everyone. That's about just the 2 questions we just want to start with. Just have fun before we start. So a quick recap of what we did yesterday. Manzi Hill, oh sorry, Kelechi is here today. He wasn't here yesterday. Who wants to give us a quick recap so that Kelechi can know what we did yesterday? Esther was here yesterday. Esther was here yesterday. So who wants to give us a quick recap, or at least one thing you learned from yesterday for the benefit of Kelechi? Let's go quickly.
Okay. So yesterday we learned about leadership. We learned about who a self-leader is. We learned that a leader is a person that is able to guide a group of people. A leader is a person that is in charge. A leader takes advice, they give instructions, and they always work towards a specific goal.
Fantastic. Well done, Esther. Well done. Yes, that was what we talked about yesterday. And we said, if you are a self-leader, everything leaders do to people, you are doing it to yourself. That is how you are a self-leader. And before you can be a self-leader, before you can lead people, you have to lead yourself. People need to trust you. It is why they'll give you leadership position. You know, there are different ways to become leaders. By selection, by election, and all of that. Appointment. We're not talking about political leadership now. Before you can become leader in your space, before someone can appoint you, before you can be trusted with responsibilities, before you can be given freedom, you have to be able to lead yourself. When you are able to lead yourself, you have freedom. If I ask you, there are some things you want to do, your parents will not let you do them. Maybe you want to go and visit a friend. Your parents will say, they will not let you visit a friend. There are things you want to do, your parents will not let you do them. Do you have such things?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes. As a teenager, you will have them. And one of the reasons your parents will not allow you to do such things, it is because they have not trusted you enough to be able to lead yourself when it gets to that, when it comes to that thing. If, for example, you are a karate expert, you want to go to a place where your parents feel, this place is dangerous, they will let you go. They'll say, this boy, he's a karate expert. He's just going to take all of them down. So I don't have any fear. But if there's a place that, they have people of questionable character, parents are going to say, no, you cannot go there, because they don't trust that when you go there, you are going to be able to defend yourself if something happens. So self-leadership is you being able to take charge of yourself. It's not being able to take charge of yourself in your corner. No, it's being able to take charge of yourself. And everyone can see that you are able to take charge of yourself. And when you are able to take charge of yourself, guess what happens? You are going to be trusted. Your parents are going to trust you. Your teachers are going to trust you. People around you are going to trust you. And then you will have freedom to do a lot of the things you want to do. And your parents will give you more responsibilities and more freedom. That is about self-leadership. And yesterday, we had the introduction. So today, we are building upon it. So let's go. Yesterday, you had a couple of tasks to do. And one of them was you were going to read 10 pages of the book, The Gifted Hands. Did you read that? Kelechi, you are joining us for the first time today. Did you access the Telegram group? Did you see the resources in the Telegram group? Are you in the Telegram group? Is Kelechi in the Telegram group? If you are not, let me
Yes.
You're in the Telegram group, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we have quite a number of materials there. Some of the materials we used yesterday, we have them there. So one of the things you are going to do now, after the class, you are going to take your time to go to yesterday's class and watch it so that you know what we did there and the materials that you were meant to create and print. Now, sorry?
We watched this.
Sorry?
This morning. I've done the assignments.
Oh, you've done it. Fantastic.
We watched it this morning and I've done the assignment.
Fantastic. Well done. Well done. Thumbs up, Kelechi. Thumbs up. So we are going to talk about it briefly. So one of the things you are going to do is the gifted hands. You are going to read 10 pages of the gifted hands every day. Now, the thing is, it is one of the goals you are having for this holiday. I know you may have other books to read. It is fine. But the gifted hand is a book that kind of further explains what's a self-leadership. Is a book, is a movie. Maybe I'll look for the movie link and send, but is the book I want you to read. So every day you are going to read 10 pages. Now, reading the book is not just because you want to read a book, because you want to build a habit of reading book. You want to realize that reading books are very easy. So you don't have to pick it and read it from morning to evening. No, I have a hard copy here. I also have an e-copy here. This is my hard copy. I also have an e-copy here. So reading is very easy. You don't have to read up everything in a day. No. So you can just choose to read only 10 pages in a day. When you read 10 pages today, tomorrow you read 10 pages. If you are a fast reader, 10, 20 minutes, you are done. By the end of the month, you have finished reading it. So that is one thing you are going to do, because leaders read. Leaders read. You need information to guide you all the time. People are wise. Leaders are wise. And one of the reasons leaders are wise is because they are reading. They read. They know. They learn from what they read. So they become wise. So as a leader, as a self-leader, you are going to commit yourself to reading. So the gifted hand is the first book we are reading today. So apart from the reading, so did you read it? Did you read 10 pages? Who read 10 pages?
I read 10 pages.
Fantastic. Well done. Well done. Esther, Joanne, let's go.
I don't know how many pages I read particularly, but I read up to chapter 4.
Fantastic. Joanne, what about you?
Chapter 1.
Okay, Joanne is not here. Okay, fine. So we are not reviewing it today. We are reviewing it on next Friday. We'll take the first 20 minutes to share our lessons. Remember, I told you what to look out for. Look out for his struggles. Look out for Ben Carson is one of the finest neurosurgeons we have. And guess what? When he was growing up, he was, I don't know if you know the meaning of Olodo. Do you know the meaning of Olodo in Pidgin English?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
He was Olodo. He was the Olodo of his class. But when he began to lead himself, when he began to apply himself from becoming Olodo in this class, he became the most sought after. The student that other students bring their books for them. Oh, Ben, I do not understand this thing. Please teach me. Because he began to apply himself. So he stopped being the Olodo. That is why we are reading the book. Because we need to apply ourselves. Yesterday, we talked about our goals. Joanne said her goal is to ace her papers, her subjects. Yes, that was it. One thing is for you to have goals. As a self-leader, you must have your goals. It is compulsory. You cannot lead yourself without goals, because leaders, they have goals. They lead their group or guide their groups towards that goals. So towards the goals rather. So as a self-leader, you must have goals. So as a self-leader, you have your personal goal, and you must be able to apply yourself constantly towards the goal. So that is why you are reading the book, Gifted Hands by Ben Carson. So you have other things you were supposed to do yesterday. So I will share my screen now. You had other tasks for yesterday. You were meant to plan your day. Did you do that? Okay. No way.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
So you didn't share in the group. I wanted you to share in the group. You didn't share in the group. This is what I want to share. So why is another thing showing? This is what I want to share now. Okay, this is what I want to share. You were supposed to share in the group. You didn't share in the group. You plan your day and you share in the group. we also talked about planning your entire summer holiday. I showed you this sheet yesterday, right?
Yes, ma.
So did you plan your summer holiday? Have you planned it? Have you inserted the things you want to do, when you want to do them, and what you want to do? Have you put them?
Yes, ma.
If you have, please, you will take a screenshot and share in the group. If you have not, I'll have to call you up and remind you to do it. If you have not, I'll have to call you up and remind you to do it. So if you don't want me to call you up, so please plan your summer holiday. It's very important. You are not planning it for me, you are planning it for yourself. Then we also talked about journal. You were supposed to start entering your journal from today, from yesterday. So have you started with your journal? What is your character focus for today? Let me hear Ed say your character focus for today. Ed say your character focus for today. Joanne, your character focus for today. Esther, your character focus for today. Kelechi, you watch the video, your character focus for today. You are not answering me, means you didn't do it. You didn't take your journal seriously. So why didn't you take your journal seriously? Sorry?
I said I didn't know we're meant to journal. I didn't realize that you sent the recording. It was even my sister that told me that we're meant to read the recording.
Okay, because Esther, were you the one that just spoke? Because at a point, a network, I think network also, I want to actually blame it on network, even though I don't know if it's network. Network took you out.
Yes, it was the network.
All right. So you were supposed to journal. Every day you sit back, you journal. That is one thing leaders do, because you need to sit back and reflect on your day. If you don't reflect on your day, you will not know, you will not be able to say, okay, this, for example, when things happen, we have a habit of not being accountable. We always blame people when things happen. Very many people always blame people for when things happen to them. But when you reflect at the end of the day, you sit back and reflect on your day, you will realize that you had a role in it. You had a part to play. You played a part in it. It is why you are reflecting. Then you will sit back and ask yourself, okay, what did I do? What did I achieve today? Today, I just spent the whole 24 hours today. What did I achieve? Or, okay, I slept 8 hours. I had 16 hours left. What did I achieve? Did I have goals? I want to have 9800 in all my subjects at the end of the term. At the end of this term, I know that the only thing for me to do is to read. If I read, if I have any struggles, if I have any struggle, I ask questions, or I take my phone, I ask Google, or I can even ask YouTube, and they tell me how to solve these problems, and I get it. Did I apply myself? Did I do those things? Or I just sat back and I was playing? When you sit back, you reflect, okay, I didn't achieve my goals for today. Why did I not achieve my goals for today? You look at the things you did that made you not to achieve my goal. My friend came around and we're just gisting and playing. One of the reasons I didn't achieve my goal. You always journal. Journaling is very compulsory. If you look at successful people, you want to know what they do. Habit of successful people, one of the habits is journaling. They journal every single day. Even if it's very difficult, if they are tired, they are stressed, they still make out time to journal, because journal is self-reflection. You are reflecting on your day. Even if you don't, you may not always remember what happened. You just blame someone. But when you sit back, you realize, nah, if I had not, my friends came around, and if I had told them no, they probably would have gone back. I would have had time to do X, Y, Z. If I had told them no, I probably, okay, see, this was the exact thing they said, and this was what I responded. Okay, next time I'm going to respond this way. When you journal, you remember exactly what happened. You take time, you reflect. You know exactly what happened. Then you know how to do better. You know what you did and how what you did and what gave you victory, where you won, and how to replicate it. So journaling is very important, and I want to encourage you in the course of these 30 days, please journal every single day. Take your journaling seriously, and you come back to the group and talk about what you journal. You look at yourself for the day, your character you focus on. Every day we talked about, okay, there's a particular character you are struggling with. What are you struggling with? You are going to write it down. Today, I am going to pay attention to this thing. This is what I am going to pay attention to. I told you yesterday that, okay, I still don't remember his name now. I think I should remember his name. I'll share it in the group. Okay, Essay, let me hear you, please. Essay, let's hear you. Essay, let's hear you.
Ma, when you talk about this character, do you mean the behavior?
Yes. What is character without behavior? Characters. When you, even if you say, oh, me, you can see me, I'm a very kind person. You tell people I'm a very kind person, that is character. Until you behave, you show kindness in your behavior. Maybe you share, maybe you empathize with someone. People don't see you as being kind. So your characters must reflect in your behavior. So it is your character you want to focus on. It has to reflect in behaviors. So if you say today, I want to be kind, I'm going to focus on, let me use the word forgiveness. I'm going to focus on forgiveness. You will behave in a forgiving manner. Do you understand? Your character must reflect in your behavior. Your character focus must reflect in your behavior. And you will identify the different areas you are going to show forgiveness if that is your character. Okay, please. I'm emphasizing on journaling because it's very important. It will help you. For example, you know the project you are working on, you know the skill you want to build for the day, you know your character focus for the day, and then you sit down and look at your obstacles, possible obstacles, you know, that is being proactive. You are being proactive. You know, okay, this is what I want to focus on, but this thing may not happen this way. So this thing may not happen this way because of X, Y, Z. That is the obstacle you are going to see. Your obstacle, you foresee your obstacle, and then you make plans on how you are going to surmount your obstacle. That way, you are more productive. That way, you can lead yourself more. Okay. I've talked about journaling, and I've talked about planning. And I do hope that you remember to journal after now. We also talked about to-do list. To-do list. Did you create a to-do list for today? Kelechi, did you create a to-do list for today?
Yes, ma.
Fantastic. It is very compulsory. Every single day you wake up. In fact, I told them yesterday, you don't create your to-do list in the morning when you wake up. You create your to-do list before you go to bed. As a leader, as a self-leader, you already know what you want to do. You have a plan. You just don't, as a self-leader, you don't live randomly. Nah, you don't live randomly. You have a goal. Every single day of your life, you have a goal. Then your goals are broken down. Your goals are broken down into everyday actionable steps, everyday action you will take towards your goal, right? So before you go to bed, you already know exactly what you want to do tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. So before you go to bed, you have them written out. You have your goals written out. And in the morning when you wake up, what do? As you are saying your prayers in the morning, you present your goals to God. You show your goals to God. Dear God, these are my goals for today. You commit your goals into the hands of God. It is very important. And I told you yesterday, you should get an accountability partner or an accountability figure. Someone you are accountable to. Have you gotten that? So who is your accountability partner? Esther, who are you accountable to? Esther.
I don't have anyone. Myself.
Your sister.
No, I said myself. I don't have anyone.
No, you will get someone. No, because if you are accountable to yourself, it simply means that you can be lazy. You can give yourself excuses. You can say, Today, Esther, you are tired. I beg, let me relax today. Nobody to push you. So you need that person that will always remind you, nag in your ears. Esther, Esther, Esther. You need someone that will always nag in your ears. So you need that person. Your mom, your dad, your sister, any adult around, or anybody that is responsible enough to remind you constantly. So you need that person. You need to get one, please. Esther, who is your accountability partner or figure? Someone you are accountable.
It's my mom.
Your mom, fantastic. So when you write your to-do list, your mom is going to constantly remind you. Kelechi, you are accountability partner. Sorry?
My mommy.
Your mommy, fantastic. So when you write your to-do list, you give it to your mom. These are my to-do list. We are going to look at planning again, even though we've talked about that. Then your accountability partner. Yesterday, we also talked about your habits, the areas you are not taking charge of yourself. We said write them down. Have you written them down? Have you written them down? Because at the end of these 30 days, you are going to be able to lead yourself. That is the idea. That is what this whole class is all about. You are going to be able to lead yourself. So you need to write them down. You need to have a goal. Write them clearly and know exactly what you are doing. Don't put them in your head. No. Because you are a human being and human factors may come to play, which you will forget. It is the human nature to forget. You may forget. So don't put them in your head. No. So you are going to write them down. So have you written them down? The areas you are struggling with. One of the ways to know the areas you are struggling with is the areas your parents constantly remind you, what they constantly nag you about, what they constantly threatening you or anything about is one of the areas you are not taking self-leadership. You are not taking leadership. One of in your school too, the areas you are always struggling. You know you are not putting in your best effort. Those are the areas you are not applying yourself enough. You are not being a self-leader. So you are going to write them down. Don't put them in your head. You had a clear instruction to have them written down yesterday. So why didn't you write them down? Esther, why didn't you write them down? Esther, why didn't you write them down? Kelechi, why didn't you write them down? Fantastic. You were okay, Kelechi, you are not aware, but you said you saw the video today. Okay. So let me show you now. Kelechi is not aware. Esther, please write them down. I think it's here. To be here. Your habit tracker list. Your habit tracker. We all have habit tracker. This is it. Your monthly habit tracker. So you are going to write those areas you are not taking leadership of you are not taking ownership of yourself. You are not applying yourself enough. And one of the ways to do is what your parents constantly nag you about, what your teachers constantly talk about, as in how you perform in school, you are not doing well. You know that you have not applied yourself enough. Let me tell you something. It is in you. You have the capacity. You have the potential. All you need to do is just to apply yourself. You have it. You have it. Every single thing you struggle with, you can actually achieve it if you apply yourself. The truth of the matter is, everybody doesn't have the same capacity, but everybody has the ability. Do you know that? You know that everybody doesn't have the same capacity, but everybody has the ability. For example, if in your math in school, you score maybe 40, there is someone else that scores 100 over 100 in math. It doesn't mean you may not have the same capacity as that person, but you can also push yourself to score 100 like that person. I'll give you a quick illustration, a quick picture. This will help you. If, for example, you have a 20-liter gallon under a tap, right? You have 3 people. 20-liter gallon under a tap. You have 3 people. You have 4 people. They are going to fill that 20-liter gallon. One person carries 10-liter gallon to fill it. How many times will that person go? With, okay, one person has 10-liter gallon to fill it. Another person has them, let's say 4-liter gallon to fill it. Another person has 5-liter gallons to fill it. Will they all be able to fill that 20-liter gallon?
They will be able to, but not at the same rate.
They will all be able to, fantastic, but not at the same rate. The person that has 10 liters may just go twice and it is full. The person with what is it called, 5 liters may go 4 times and it's full. The person with 4 liters may go 5 times and it's full. But the truth of the matter is they are all going to be able to fill it. However, if the person with 10 liters is taking half, the person with 10 liters, even though can carry 10 liters, decide to, I beg, I can't kill myself. And the person takes just half of it, 5 liters. The person will have to go 4 times, right?
Yes, ma.
That is exactly what happens. You have the capacity, you have the ability. You only need to understand, I am not getting 90 over 100 in math. I'm not getting 100 over 100 in math. It may be that your capacity to understand that math means you committing extra effort. It may mean that your capacity is not for you to just come to class, your teacher teaches you once and you know it and you go. That is not you. But however, you have the ability. You can still get 100 over 100. You have the ability. All you need to do is just to ask yourself, how long, how many times do I need to go? How many times? Maybe I need to study it today. I need to study. I need to pay attention very well in class, not to be distracted. I need to come back home again and do revision. I need to take my time again and study again. That way I will get it. Your goal is to get it. Your goal is to get it. And I tell you, you have the potential to get it. You have the potential. You have the ability. All you need to do is now to apply yourself. Now, the person that will go 2 times, the person that has 10 liters gallon, that is supposed to go 2 times, if the person doesn't fill up the gallon, the 10 liters gallon, will the person go 2 times?
No, ma.
The person will end up going several times if the person doesn't fill up the gallon properly, which means the person may not be applying himself. The person is not applying himself or herself properly, and the person will not still feel it. What am I trying to say? That you have the potential. You have every single thing in you. What you need is to apply yourself. Once you apply yourself, you are going to get it. So we're talking about habit trackers for Kelechi that said he did not get it. Now this is it. You are going to sit back and look at the areas you are struggling with. Areas you are struggling with. One reason you struggle is that you are not applying yourself. You have the potentials. It's not that you don't have the potentials. You have the potentials, but you are not applying yourself enough. It may be the reason you are struggling. So what do you want to do? You want to sit back and reflect and identify those areas you are struggling. Those areas your parents are complaining about. You are not doing your chore. They have to remind you every time to do your chore. It is because you are not applying yourself enough. You can lead yourself. You can go out and get your chore done without them necessarily telling you. But because you are not applying yourself enough, you are not getting it done. So you want to apply yourself enough. You want to go back and identify those areas. You write them down. You now want to build habits. You want to deliberately face those areas and tell yourself, I want to build habits. I want habits that will help me lead myself. I don't want anyone breathing down my neck again. I don't want anyone telling me what to do again. I want to build habits. So what do? You have them written down here. On the columns of items, you can write areas, you can write habits, anything that will help you remember, you can write them there. After writing it, the next thing you want to do is you want to write the days of the week, the days of the month. Now this is 15. I stopped at 15 because I am because of the space, I was limited. That was why I stopped at 15. You can decide to make it. You can use a cardboard paper. Cardboard paper. I'm doing this myself. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to look at my own self-sabotaging habits. My own self-sabotaging habits. As an adult, I have my goals. I have my vision. I have my goals. For example, one of my goals is I want to keep fit. I want to keep fit. I want to be very fit. I want to, at 80, at 90, I want to be still strong, still healthy. I want to be like one of the old grandmas, one of the grandmas and grandpa, one of the grandmas I saw one time, and one of the grandpas I saw one time. They were very old. They were still very, very healthy. I want to be like that. And I know that that is my goal. And I know that the way for me, one of the ways for me to achieve my goal is to commit to exercise. So I have not been consistent. So that is my habit. To be consistent, to exercise every day is my self-sabotaging habit. So if I have a habit that I want to live healthy, I want to be very healthy at my 80, at my 70, 80, 90, I still want to be very, very healthy. I know that I have to eat healthy and I have to commit to exercise. I have to drink water all the time. There are some of the things I am not really committed to. So they are my self-sabotaging habits that are sabotaging me from achieving my goals. So those are the habits you are going to write down there. You have academic goals. What are the habits sabotaging you? You have your goals at home. What are the habits sabotaging you? You are going to write them here. So every day you wake up in the morning, you write them here. Like I told them yesterday, you are going to write them here. You are going to print them out or have them copied. Then you are going to put them everywhere you want to easily remember. Your bathroom mirror, put it there. Your refrigerator in your kitchen, put it there. Your wardrobe door, put it there. Even your room door, put it there. And then you get your accountability partner. Give it to your accountability partner. You are going to give them your to-do list. You are going to give them your habits that you are working on. You give it to them. So that what they do is they remind you. They are on your case every single day. They are always reminding you that is what they are doing. So please, you are going to create them and share them. If you don't share them, I am going to call you. I am going to call you, put a call through to you. And maybe I'll call you in the middle of the night when you are sleeping. If your phone is on, you will just hear somebody will just call you. It's me. My name is Enimi Orebo, Miss Enimi Orebo, and I want to ask you to please kindly share your habit tracker with us. I'll call you. If you don't want me to disturb your sleep, I will. Please share it. Or I can even work with your parents. I call your parents. If you don't share it, then they are going to put a consequence to it. We are going to have a consequence for not sharing it. I'll work with your parents and they will share. Maybe they will tell me other things and then I will not be on your neck. So you don't want that because I can be a bee. I can sting you so badly. So you don't want me to sting you so. So please share it, please. Okay, that said, you are going to have them written here and every day, today, when you write your goals for the day, you are going to write them as part of your to-do list. As part of your goals today, I am going to do X, Y, Z. And when you go through the day, achieving it, nobody has to remind you. You are able to lead yourself in that area because you know that to get good grades in school or to get better grades, to achieve your academic goals, you have to commit 1 hour to study every day. So when you are able to commit that 1 hour to study every day, you are not being distracted by television. Your friends came, you are not playing games with them. You locked yourself. You are able to commit to it. You ask yourself, what are the things I need to do to actually understand this particular question better? So you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to research on YouTube I want to solve quadratic equation. I'm going to ask YouTube, on YouTube to teach me because I'm struggling with it. When you are able to, because to achieve your academic goals, you have tools you are looking at. So for you, if you are able to apply your tools, then you are going to go to your tracker for the day. Say, yes, today I was able to lead myself. Today I was able to lead myself. Yes, you feel proud. You give yourself a good, I was able to lead myself. Fantastic. And then you go to your journal, you write it down. Today was a good day. I was able to lead myself into understanding the quadratic equation I'm struggling with in my math. Today, I was able to lead myself into carrying out the simple experiment I saw in my textbook, so that by the time I go back to school and the teacher is teaching, I am not struggling. I can just understand it easily, because I know that I need to fill my bucket, my gallon. I need to go 4 times to fill my gallon. So today I have already laid the foundation already. So I have an idea. So by the time the teacher teaches in class, I have another idea. By the time I do my homework, I have another idea. By the time I do revision for my test or my exam, I know it already. Nothing is taking it away from my brain. Do you understand that? So when you are able to do that, you write it down. Then tomorrow, you do that again, you write it down. So at the end of the month, you realize that, all through this month, I was able to take self-leadership in my academics. You are celebrating yourself. Then remember, you give it to your accountability partner to also always remind you, because sometimes you will forget. Now, Esther said she doesn't want to have an accountability partner. I encourage you to have one. Another thing you can do is you can use your alarm. Okay, this is not my phone. I have another phone. If you see my phone, I have over 12 notifications in a day. Because of all the things I do in a day, because I do not want to forget, I just have my alarm. When I wake up in the morning, I have a community called the Visionary Parents Academy. So every morning, I'm supposed to give them a tool to run with for the day. So I wake up in the morning, I put my alarm so that when I wake up, I do not forget. So when I wake up at 5 a.m., at 5:30, I have my alarm. My alarm is going off. Visionary parents, the alarm is going off. I say my prayers at 6 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, my alarm also reminds me, time to pray. We have some things we do in the Visionary Parent, for example. So you are supposed to wake your children up wake them up positively, not yelling, not all those dramatic wake up. So that I do not forget, I have it in my alarm. My 6 o'clock alarm reads, wake the kids up. If they have not woken up, wake them up and sing for them, wake them up and massage their feet, wake them up and affirm them. I have it there because as a human being, I may forget. So I have the alarm. Even when everything I do, even when I have my meal, I have the alarm. Why do I have it? So that I am not spending time. Because if I pick my phone, I'm on social media, and my alarm rings, I drop my alarm. I know that it's time to do something else. If I finish what I'm doing on time, maybe I have a book I'm reading. I say, okay, I'm going to read 20 pages of this book today. I'm reading the 20 pages of the book. And when I finish reading it, I say, okay, let me quickly respond to a post on social media. As I'm responding to a post on social media, I just forget myself and I'm carried away because social media can be addictive. Then my alarm rings, time to get productive. My alarm rings for another thing I have to do. Then I have to put my phone away and attend to the other thing. Do you understand? So if you don't have an accountability partner, which you should have, alarm is another thing you can use. So go to your alarm system in your phone, create your everyday alarm. Do you alarm for everything? It can take, your phone is easier. You are watching me with your phone. It simply means that you can set 1,000,001 alarm. You can set alarm for every 5 minutes. You can decide to set alarm from Monday to Friday, remove Saturday and Sunday. It's okay. You use your alarm. That is clear, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is it. And you show it to your accountability partner. It is very, very compulsory that you share in the group. Okay, so I've shown this to you already. So we are going to quickly read a story. So anyone with any questions, if you have any questions so far, please ask. Sorry? Who has a question? Kelechi has a question.
No, ma.
Yesterday, I said that as As a leader, as someone who is curious, a leader is always curious. They want to know how things work. They want to know how where problems come from, how to solve problems. They want to understand things better. You always ask, they always ask questions. You always ask questions. You cannot listen to me for one whole hour, you don't have questions. You must always have questions. If you don't have questions, it simply means that you are not thinking things through. You must always have a question to ask. So yesterday I told you that you have a book to read, you have your gifted hands to read. I'm sure you already have other books to read. You have your textbooks to read. You have your skills to hone. You watch television. At the end of the day, you should always have questions. You must have questions. Now, when you have questions, you don't stop at having questions. The next thing you do is to seek answers. You can ask people around you, or you can ask Google or YouTube to answer for you if there are questions that people around you cannot answer. For example, if you ask me what is the longest river in the world, I may not know, but your parents, they may not know. So you can ask Google that. And as a self-leader, you know how to use the online space responsibly. You know that. So when you learn, when we get to the sex education class, we are going to talk about the online space, using it responsibly. Okay. We don't have questions, so let's take a quick water break. Let's ask. Let's share a riddle. Who wants to share a riddle with us? A quick water break. A quick water break. You can drink water. You can stretch out while we solve a riddle quickly. So who has a riddle for us?
Ma.
You have a riddle for us, Kelechi. Kelechi, don't give us one we cannot answer. Yesterday's one we could not answer some. Don't give us one we cannot answer, please. So let's go.
Something. I have hands. I have finger, but I don't have nail.
You have hands.
Yes, ma.
You have nails. You have nails.
No, I have finger, but I don't have nail.
You have hands and fingers. You don't have nails. Hands and fingers. You don't have nails. I cannot think. I cannot think. Joanne, please help us out. Essay. He's an object. He has hands and fingers, but he cannot. Sorry?
I have some.
Sorry?
I have some.
No, let's answer Kelechi's own first. Kelechi says he's an object. He has hands and fingers, but he doesn't have nails. So I'm actually looking around my house now to see if there's an object that has hands and fingers, no nails. I don't know. Kelechi, I don't know. Essay, do you know? Joanne, do you know? Okay,
No,
Kelechi,
I don't know.
help us.
I don't know.
Sorry?
Gloves.
Sorry?
Gloves.
Oh, hand gloves. Oh, that's true. I see. That's true. Oh my gosh. I didn't think of it. I didn't think that side. Think towards that side at all. Okay, so let's hear you.
Okay. I have one. What has teeth but no mouth?
Has teeth but no mouth.
Yes.
Has teeth but no mouth. Hey. Teeth. Babies have gum. They don't have teeth, but they have mouth. This should be simple. Has teeth but no mouth.
Very simple.
Kelechi, help us.
Comb.
Comb, yes. Essay, I think it's
Wrong.
comb.
It's not comb.
Not comb. A comb also has teeth but no mouth.
Is it scissors?
Sorry?
Is it scissors?
Scissors.
No.
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 I can't think of it, please. Help us, Essay.
It's a saw.
Sorry?
No, a saw.
Score?
Saw.
Saw.
S-A-W.
So for this we used to cut.
I didn't hear you, please.
I said saw. The saw they used to cut wood.
Oh, I get it. Saw, that saw. Oh, yes, I get it. It's like comb. That means comb also has teeth, but no mouth. Okay, thank you. So, Joanne, do you have any riddle for us?
Okay. Okay, I am something.
Okay.
I can stay for 100 years without getting dry. What am I?
100 years without getting dry.
Not legit 100 years, but I can stay for a long time without getting dry. I'm always
Of
wet
course,
and
it's an
flying.
ocean. That ocean.
No,
Oh. Joanne, oceans stay forever. They don't get dry. Okay.
yes, ma'am, but that is not the answer.
Kele, is it a towel?
But ocean is not slimy.
You said the ocean is not what?
Tongue is not slimy.
The tongue,
Yes,
really?
the
That's
tongue.
true. Whoa, I didn't think of it at all. The tongue never gets dry.
Yes,
Yes.
the
Oh.
tongue. Yes.
Okay, I'll add that
I
to
have
my
one.
riddles collection.
Mhm.
Actually,
I
have
have
a lot of
another
riddles.
one.
Okay, let's go.
Something they like to use me, but when they touch me, they die. What am I?
They like
Fire.
to use me. When they touch me, they will die.
Fire.
They like to use me. Ooh. There are many things that,
Is it fire?
okay,
Is
the
it
user
fire?
dies. Kelechi, is it the user that dies?
Yes, ma'am. When they touch me.
Is it fire?
No.
No. They like to use me. When they use me. This one is tough. Help us, please.
Electricity.
Electricity.
I wanted to say that, so I wanted to say that. I said, no, it's not everything. I wanted to say electricity before, but I was thinking it too much. Okay, so thank you. Okay, I'm going to add these riddles to my collection of riddles so that when I go to school or go out to teach. Sorry?
I have another one.
Okay, let's go. This should be the last one. Let's go.
I am easy to waste. I am unstoppable. What am I?
You are easy to waste.
Yes, and I am unstoppable.
That should be water.
What am I?
That should be water.
No. No, it's not water.
No water.
Sand.
Sand.
No.
Fire. Fire.
No, ma.
Air.
No, ma.
Oh. I give up.
It's time.
Sorry?
Time. It's time.
Time. That's
Oh,
true.
somebody made a rule like this yesterday.
Time, yes. You can never stop time. You can waste time, but yes. Oh, that's so true. So thank you. Thank you, everyone. I'll add these videos to my video collection. I'm definitely coming back to watch these videos so that I can have my bank full, because since I racked my head, so when I'm asking other teenagers or other preteens, I'm sure they're going to rack their heads. So they won't get it. Then I'll be feeling like an achiever. Thank you. Thank you all. So let's go on. So we are going to read a very interesting story, a story of Alex. So I want us to read and understand. Read with attention. So let's go. We don't have, Derek is not here. We have some people not here, but 3-4 people not here. Derek is not here today. Esther is not here. Someone else is not here still. Someone here else is not here. Anyways, I hope they are able to catch the replay. So let's go.
I'm here.
So let's read the tale of Alex and taking charge. So we are going to read 2 paragraphs each. So Kelechi, you are the first one. You read 2 paragraphs for us. You start from Alex and you stop at change. Let's go. Can you see?
Alex was a 13-year. Yes, ma.
Okay, go on.
Yes, ma.
Okay, go on. Read for us.
Alex was a 13-year-old who had a lot going for him. He was creative, loved drawing, and enjoyed telling stories. But lately, things weren't going so well. His grades were slipping, chores at home were piling up, and his friends seemed to be taking advantage of him. At school, he was often pushed around. And getting an earful from his parents about his chores. Alex decided he had enough. He was tired of feeling like he was constantly being controlled by his circumstances and the people around him. He knew he needed to make a change.
Okay, the next person, please. Something is blocking my screen. Okay, please. Essay. From Alex started taking charge to a new sense of harmony at home. Essay, that's it there. Okay, I'll take that then. Alex started by taking charge. Alex, are you there? Alex started by taking.
Yes, ma.
Okay, so go on. From Alex started by taking a hard look to a sense of harmony at home. Okay, I'll read it then. Since essay is not forthcoming. Alex started by taking a hard look at his school work. He realized he wasn't managing his time well and was often cramming at the last minute. Determined to turn things around, he created a study schedule, breaking down his assignment into smaller, manageable tasks. He set aside specific times each day for homework and asked his teachers to help him when he needed it. Slowly but surely, his grades began to improve. Alex was seeing results and it felt good. At home, Alex took ownership of his chores. He made a list of what needed to be done and set a routine to tackle each task. No more, excuse me, no more waiting for his parents to remind him. He took the initiative. His parents noticed the change and were relieved. The constant nagging stopped, and there was a new sense of harmony at home. Esther, do you want to read for us? From Alex also started to earn him this respect.
Okay. Alex also started to stand up for himself with his friends. They had often relied on him to do the heavy lifting in their group work and pushed him around when they needed something. Alex began to set clear boundaries and express his feelings. He told them he was happy to help, but he needed them to pull their weight too. As Alex started to take charge of his own interactions, his friends began to respect him more. They no longer took him for granted and even sought his advice when making decisions. The real turning point came when Alex's teacher noticed his efforts. They saw how he had improved his grades and managed his responsibilities. They offered him a leadership role in a school project, a chance to showcase his skills and dedication. Alex embraced the opportunity with confidence, knowing that his hard work had earned him this respect.
Okay, Essay, you didn't read a while ago. You want to read now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go. You read to the end. From True It to Full Potentials. Right?
Through it all, Alex learned an important lesson. By taking ownership of his responsibilities and making positive changes, he was able to transform his life. He found that self-leadership wasn't about controlling others, but about managing himself effectively. It was about setting goals, staying committed, and standing up for himself. Alex's journey showed that by taking charge of his own life, he could overcome challenges and build a more positive and respectful environment for himself. He realized that he was capable of achieving great things and that self-ownership was the key to unlocking his full potential.
Thank you very much. This is a very beautiful story, and I absolutely love it about self-ownership. Like I told you, I said it is in you. It is in you. Alex did not have to do anything. Alex did not have to meet anybody. But what did he do? He took ownership of his life, and he applied himself. And when he applied himself, he got better results. His grade improved. His parents stopped nagging, which is the respect he desired. He got it. Even his teacher took notice of him. Let me tell you something. You know, for very many people, especially teenagers, you don't like what your parents, oh, my parents are always nagging. They are always talking. You don't like what they do. Let me tell you something. They are not just talking because they want to talk. They are not nagging because they want to nag. Every single time you behave, you are passing a message. You are communicating. Every single behavior of yours is a communication. For example, you don't study your books. It's a communication that you want to fail. So what are you going to get? You are going to get less grade. Let me give you another example. You are in class and your teacher says, do not make noise. If you make noise, you are going to get punished for it. Now, when you make noise, what are you telling your teacher? I want an answer. When you make noise, what are you telling your teacher? Ochuko.
You're telling your teacher that you don't care.
Good. Your teacher has told you if you make noise, you are going to get punished for it. Now, when you make noise, what have you told your teacher? Essay. Esther. Are you aware? Is it that network is not making? Esther, what are you telling your teacher?
I have the same response with him. It's just basically saying you don't care indirectly.
Sorry? It means you don't care, right? That's what Ochuko said. Sorry, that was what Kelechi said. I don't care. Flog me. Punish me. Because the rule has been stated. If you make noise, if you disturb, if you tear notes, if you bully, if you fight, you are going to get, maybe they'll say you are going to get flogged. And you go ahead to do that same thing. It's just one thing. Flog me. I don't care. Punish me. I don't care. The same thing happens. You do not like the way your parents talk to you constantly. Yet you keep repeating the same thing they are complaining about. It simply means one thing. Talk to me in that same way. That even though I don't like it, talk to me. Because you are constantly communicating. By your actions, you are constantly communicating. So always know that your action is a constant communication. Your actions, by your actions, you are communicating to yourself, you are communicating to your friends, to your teacher, to people around you. You are constantly communicating by actions. You know that communication is not just by verbal, it's not just by talking. You don't only communicate by talking. Your actions that you are constantly communicating. It is why they tell people, dress the way you want to be addressed. Because the way you dress, you are communicating. If you see someone wearing a robe, wearing a stethoscope, the first impression you have is this person is a doctor. You don't know the person's name. So you are going and you want to get the person's attention. You are likely going to call the person what? I want you to answer me, please. If you are somewhere and you see a person.
A doctor.
A doctor.
Doctor.
You are likely going to address the person as a doctor because what the person is wearing has communicated to you that this person is a doctor. Sometimes you realize, oh, he's not even a doctor. He's just wearing something, he's just faking it. But the way he's looking has already communicated the same way. Your constant actions communicates to people around you, communicates to yourself. It's not about saying you have your goals. Your actions actually communicate if you are serious about your goals or not. If you have your goals, you have the breakdown of how you want to achieve your goals, you are committed to it. That way, you are communicating to your goals that I want to smash you. At the end of this term, I am so smashing you. Esther is currently writing a book. Esther will, at the end of the term, Esther will smash her books if only she is communicating to her goals by taking action. When you are not taking action on your goals, you are also communicating to your goals that it's okay, you're not important. I don't have to smash you. It's okay. But when you take action, you are communicating. Let's go back to Alex. Alex sat down and realized that, hey, even though I don't like my parents always giving me an earful every day, they complain, they nag, I do not like it, but I am the one communicating to them that I like it. So that is why they are doing it, because I'm telling them I like it too, and they are doing it to me. So no, I've had enough. I want to take ownership of my life. Remember, we said taking charge of your life simply means that leaders have goals. You want to take charge of your life simply means that you want to guide yourself towards your goals. So Alex sat down and said, no, I don't want this. Even though my goals are, I don't want to fail in my grades, but over the time, over the period, I have been communicating to my goals that failing is not a big deal. So what have I been getting? I have been failing. So what do I want to do? I want now to take ownership of my life and guide myself towards my goals. So let's look at what Alex did. What was the first thing Alex did? Let's look at it. Alex started by taking a hard look at his schoolwork. That is self-awareness. Self-awareness. That was why yesterday and today, I said it again, you want to look at your self-sabotaging habits. You want to sit back and look at these things. This is not what I want. This is my goal. This is what I want for myself. So now you want to see, this is what I want for myself. So why am I not getting it? I don't like when my parents yell at me. I don't like it when they nag. I don't like when they complain over and over again. I do not like it. Then you want to sit back and ask myself, okay, why are they complaining? Why are they constantly complaining? I don't like it. So why are they constantly complaining? When you look at that, the first thing you want to do, even if you say, they are complaining because they want to complain, even if that's what you think, but there is something that is making them complain. Something is triggering it. Something is triggering it. Well, let's go to your school. You say, oh, I want to do better in my grades, in my math, for example, but I'm scoring low in my math. Is it because I don't like it? I don't know math. Math is not my thing. Math is not your thing because there is a reason that math is not your thing. Math is not your thing because you do not know it. If you know it, math will be your thing. So you want to sit down and ask yourself, okay, how do I now know this math to make it my thing? What do I do for math to be my thing? Remember, you have the potential, you have the ability. All you need to do is to apply yourself more. You need to find out, how can math be my thing? So for math to be my thing, maybe I have to commit to studying extra. I have to commit to studying extra for math to be my thing. So when they are teaching in class, I have to listen attentively. I have to look for resources. I don't have to limit myself to what they have taught me in class. I want to study extra, take my math textbook and solve more questions. If my teacher only solved 3 questions in class, I want to solve 5 questions at home extra. I want to put in the effort because you have the potentials. You have it in you. Have you heard of the saying, if there is a will, there is a way? Have you heard of it? If there is a
Yes,
will.
I have.
So who can give us a quick explanation of what it means? Once you have the will, you have the way. Who can give us a quick explanation of what it means? Excuse me. When there is a will, there is a way. Who can tell us that, what it means? Okay, I will tell you with
It means,
a short story.
ma,
Okay, let's go.
explanation.
Let's go.
What this saying means is that once you have something to do and you have the will and the power to do it, that means there will be a way.
Okay. Nice try. Well done, Essay. Well done. Thumbs up. Will is a strong desire to do something. If you have a strong desire to do something, you will find a way to do it. You will find a way to do it. Now, the first thing you want to do is to have that strong desire to tell yourself, I want to do this. I want to achieve this. I want to lead myself. I want to stop people. I want to lead myself. I no longer want to be always told what to do every time. I no longer want to be nagged at. I no longer want to be yelled at. I no longer want to have less than 80 in my grades. Or I no longer want to struggle. If I have a skill, I have a talent, I have a gift that is natural, I want to develop it. You want to tell yourself, I want to do. You have that strong and burning desire. That is your will. Once you have that strong and burning desire, you are going to find a way around it. Let me give you a true life story. I don't know if your parents have shared this with you. So a couple of years ago, about 2 years ago, or even I think about 2 years ago, there was a little girl that went everywhere, that went viral. Sorry, excuse me. There was a little girl that went viral. I think in one of these, I don't remember the state. What happened? I think she was 8, 9 or thereabouts. I think between 8, she wasn't more than 9, definitely. So she lived in a community where they didn't have lights, and this kind of, I think a very rural area where children will always be playing in the night. There's no light, no light. Children will be playing in the night. And this girl, she loved to do her assignments. So coincidentally, I think opposite her house, there was an ATM machine, an ATM machine. So the light was always on. The ATM always had light. So this little girl, she would take her books, she would walk to the ATM machine, and she'll begin to do her homework, study her books and do her homework. This little girl, she will not say, we don't have lights. When I get to school, I will tell my teacher, excuse me, ma, excuse me, sir, we don't have lights in my house. That is why I do not do my homework. The only small lantern we have, my mom always uses it to do this, do that. She wasn't giving excuses because she had the will, the desire to do her homework. So she found a way around it. When there is a will, there is a way. Once you have made up your mind that I want to do this, you have that strong burning desire. No matter the excuse, no matter what is what is supposed to sabotage you, you are going to find a way around it. This little girl is a true life story. You can research it and read more. I don't have the exact picture. That was exactly what happened. I may not be able to get the details of the story, but that was what happened. She would always go there in the night. She would do her homework. She knew that that place was not safe for her. She could meet kidnappers. She could meet abusers, even ritualists or things like that. But she had a desire that was over, the desire that trumped her fear. And she went there every single day to do her homework, and the ATM camera captured her. The ATM camera will always capture the little girl coming to stay beside the ATM doing her homework. And eventually what happened, the bank decided to give her scholarship, and I think they put electricity for the parents because it is outstanding. At Sandy, the little girl was leading herself. If it was her parents that were telling her, I'm sure they would be there with her. I'm sure her parents, they would have even provided her with lantern. But maybe her parents, they were not so educated, or they were kind of a very complacent parents that didn't really, were not very ambitious. So what she was doing didn't matter much to them. They didn't see what the big deal about what she was doing. But she was able to lead herself. Even though she had a limiting environment, she had excuses, she was able to lead herself because it was in her, just as it is in everybody. The potential, it is in you. All you need to do is to tap into yourself, to bring it out and lead yourself. I don't remember her story. I'm going to look for her story because I'm going to put her story in probably the next edition of the Dream Chasers magazine. I know you all have the Dream Chasers magazine. We've not even talked about it. We are going to talk about it maybe next in our subsequent classes. We are going to talk about it. I do hope that you are reading it, you are finding it very interesting. If you have stories you want to be published in the Dream Chasers magazine, please send them. You can send me a message, and you have stories, you have riddles, you have anything you want to showcase in the magazine, please send it to me, and we'll gladly showcase whatever you have in the Dream Chasers magazine. Then you can tell your friends, oh, I'm also a writer. I write my articles for the Dream Chasers magazine. You can tell your friends that, and you'll be encouraged to write more. Okay, so that is the story of the little girl. I don't know her name, I don't remember her name. I'm going to look for the story and just share more in the next issue of the Dream Chasers magazine. That is how to lead yourself. That is how to lead yourself. She led herself despite her limitations, despite her excuses. Everyone, maybe if I was her age, I would say, I don't want them to kidnap me, or I don't want anything to happen to me, I will stay back. But no, she didn't stay back because she had a burning desire. So the first thing you want to do is have a burning desire to achieve your goals. Have a burning desire to say no. You don't want your parents to keep nagging at you, to keep telling you what to do. You want to be in charge of yourself. Have that burning desire. That is the very first thing you want to do. So Alex sat down and took a look at his school work, and he realizing that the problem was that he wasn't managing his time well. That is the very first problem we have, not managing our time well. The truth of the matter is, we want a lot of fun things, right? We want to do a lot of fun things. You want to watch television, you want to play games with your friends, you want to gist, you want to do a lot of things. You want a lot of fun things. But do you know that you can also do a lot of fun things you do and still be able to be super productive? So now here's what we are going to do. Okay, I showed you this yesterday, right? Sorry. This. I showed you this yesterday, right? Okay, Joanne, you are here, and Essay, you are here too, and Kelechi, yes. You watched my video this morning. We talked about this yesterday in passing. We didn't talk about it so much, so you are going to use it today. So you are going to use this to plan your every single day. When you finish this class, you are going back to read the story of Alex. One of the things Alex did was Alex realized that he wasn't managing his time well. Because you know the truth of the matter, that person in your class that scores 100 over 100, even though the person has the same capacity as you, the person's gallon, the person has a 20-liter gallon and has 4 liters to fill it. So the person has to go 5 times. Yes, the person scores 100 over 100. And you have 20 liters gallon, and you have 4 liters keg. gallon to fill it, and you need to go 5 times, yet you score 60/100. You and that person, you have the same 24 hours. Everybody has 24 hours. One of the things that happens is that some people who are more successful than others, they are able to manage themselves around the time. They are able to build routines. They are able to be consistent. They are able to identify habits that will make them successful. And they are able to identify habits that will make them successful. And they are able to build routines. They are able to do it, apply themselves consistently. Are you paying attention? Kelechi is laughing, and I wonder why he's laughing.
ma'am.
You want to share the joke? I'm interested in your joke, Kelechi. Your joke may just make it to the next issue of Dream Chasers magazine. So let's go. Kelechi, you want to share your joke?
No, ma'am.
You may just make it the next issue of the Dream Chasers magazine. And he's smiling. Okay. So okay, Kelechi, so let's go. So everyone has, so the first thing you want to do is you love to have fun, you love to play, but now the very first thing you want to do is to make sure you have time to have all the fun you want to have, all the play you want to play, all the TV you want to watch. You want to have time for that. It's okay. But while you are having time for that, you want to have time for the things that will help you achieve your goal. I remember I also gave you an assignment yesterday. I just remember you were supposed to use your name to write you were supposed to use your name to write catchphrases or words that reflect your values. Did you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Fantastic. I need you to share.
Yes, ma'am.
In the group. You are going to share in your group. In your 13 to 17 years old group, that is where you are sharing. Did you hear me? 13 to 17 years old group, that's the group you belong to, and that's where you are sharing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so.
Okay, ma'am.
Let's go. So now you are going to sit back and write out, after writing your goals, you are going to break them down into small steps like Alex did. For example, Alex wanted to get better grades. Alex sat down and said, okay, I'm having 40% in my math. I don't want to have 40% in my math again. I want to have 90%. So Alex said to himself, to have 90%, I need to study for 1 hour every day. When I study, if I have any particular topic I'm struggling with, I'm going to note it down and ask my teacher. If my teacher is not available, if it's a weekend or a holiday, my teacher is not available, I am going to go to online schools. We have very free one. We have one that is KHAN. KHAN. I don't know if you know it. It's an Indian. Is an Indian organization. They teach. They are very good. They are very amazing. Or you have online apps that you use to math. There are so many online apps like math. I don't remember their names now. I used to have some in my phone for my children. They used to solve math problems. So you have any problem you are struggling with, you can just key it in and they give you the solution. I'm going to do this. Alex had it broken down. So you are going to have your own broken down. When you break them down, what is the next thing you are going to do? You are going to create time for every single thing you have to do. You are going to create time for every single thing you have to do. Are you paying attention? Someone is distracting Kelechi.
Yes, ma'am. We're paying attention.
You are distracting Kelechi.
Yes, ma'am.
You are not part of the class. You are listening and you are distracting Kelechi. That's not fair. Kelechi is a registered member. So you are not a registered participant. So why are you distracting Kelechi? So let's go. So you are going to now write all of them down, including all the things you do every day, the things you do every single day. You are going to write them down. I wake up in the morning, 6 a.m., you write it down. When I wake up, I make my bed. I make my bed, I brush my teeth, I pray. You are going to write all of them down. You can see your morning routine. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You don't have to have 7 items you do at 6 o'clock. I don't have 7 items I do between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. I don't have 7 items I do. So you are going to remove it. For me, I have like 3 items. I wake up 5 a.m. I leave a message for the visionary parents. Then I create a Facebook post I want to share for that day. For that day, I write those ones down. Then I come back again. So 6:30 to 6 o'clock to 6:30. This time I stand up from the bed. Now I'm standing up from the bed. Okay, from 5:30 to 6 o'clock. If I'm done quickly, I read the book. I read them some pages of the book. Any book I have for the day, I read the books quickly. Then from 6 o'clock to 6:30, I now stand up. I make my bed thoroughly. I fold my duvet or my wrapper. I brush my teeth. I go and wake my kids up. And of course, we say our morning prayers. That happens from 6:30 to 6 o'clock to 6:30. Then 6 o'clock, my kids, they have a goal to do better in their academics. They have a goal to do better in their academics coming next term. So they spend from 6:30 to 8:30 doing a quick revision. So I join them to do a quick revision. From that 6:30 to 8:30, what I do is I read my book for the day. The book I have to read for the day, I read the book for the day. That's from 6:30 to 8:30. After 8:30, we go and prepare their breakfast. I have my chores in the morning. I have chickens I tend to. I go and check my chickens. I feed them. I sweep around them. Make sure everything is okay. That is what I do. Then from then, breakfast is ready. I am going to eat breakfast. After breakfast is ready, I go and begin my day. I have other things I do. If I have a book I want to write, I write it. If I have a class I want to teach, I do my research. I put my materials together. I start writing out. This is it for me. So that is why if you call me in the morning from this time to this time, I may not answer you because it is blocked already. I have activities booked for the day. So I also have free time. So I will not answer you this time. If you call me, I will not answer you this time. If you come and visit me, I will not give you time this time because this is the time I do my work. It's like you are at work at this time or you are in school at this time. When you are in school, you don't, your people don't come around to play with you. So I'm in school, I'm at work at this time. So this time for work is not time for play. So it is also what you are going to do. So when I finish this at 12 o'clock, I take 30 minutes to do self-time, self-meditation. If I want to relax, if I want to take a nap, I take a nap. I do anything I want to do. Then I come back again. I have my...
I have a question.
Sorry?
Please, I have a question.
Okay, let's go.
Ma said we should plan the schedule and everything, like as if it's our time for work and we don't need disturbance and everything. Ma, what if it's our parents?
What if your parents?
Yes, ma.
If your parents do what?
Ma, if your parents calls you or asks you to do something, because
Okay.
you said that it is our work time, you should act like it's our work time and everything. So
Okay, fantastic. So what if your parents call your attention? Now, remember you have an accountability partner. This is why your accountability partner is part of you. And if it's your parents already know your schedule. So they are not going to call you when you have your time busy. However, even when your parents don't call you, there is something called scale up. You have your priority. You are able to set your priorities. So I am going, one of the tasks you are going to do in this, because we are going to have a challenge after today, from tomorrow, we are going to have a challenge every single day, self-leadership skills to apply. So one of the things you are going to learn is how to prioritize your task, every single thing you have. Now, if you are someone who are already able to lead yourself, your parents know that you are productive, you are able to lead yourself, they trust you. When your parents call you, if your mom calls you, let me give you a practical example. Like, I have 3 kids, for example. If I call my daughter, Pearl, I need you to do XYZ for me, I will tell them what I need them to do, and they are going to think it through. Now they have something they are doing. They are going to tell me, Mom, can you give me please 30 minutes? After 30 minutes, I expect them to answer, because they have looked at what I have asked them to do. Is it urgent? If it is urgent, then they are going to leave whatever they are doing. They are going to attend to me, because it's an urgent thing. But if they know that, okay, this thing mommy wants me to do, it is not so urgent, it is important, they are going to take their planner and going to write it down. Mommy, please, can you give me 30 minutes to get this done? They'll write it. In the next 30 minutes, they are going to do this. Now, because I understand them and I know what they are doing, I am going to give them that 30 minutes to come and answer me, because what I want them to do is not urgent. Now, before your parents will be able to grant you this privilege, you have to prove to them that you can lead yourself. Now, yes, they will say trust. Self-leadership, when you are leading yourself, then your parents will begin to trust you. Self-leadership, one of the advantages, it leads to trust. People around you able to trust you. We see the story of Alex. Alex, the teacher was able to trust Alex when Alex started leading himself. When Alex was not leading himself, he was not trusted with leadership. But as soon as he started leading himself, he was trusted with leadership. Joanne, is it clear?
Yes, ma. It's clear.
What your parents need from you is self-leadership. What they need from you is self-leadership. Once you are able to lead yourself, every other thing fall into place. They trust you. They know that you are not playing. They know that you are not playing. They know that you are not being irresponsible. They know that you are not just wasting time. They know that that time is of productive use. So trust me, they are going to give you freedom. You remember I said that is what leaders, they take advice, they take suggestions. People don't just throw commands or instructions on them. When you are able to lead yourself, you will have people around you, they will respect you. It is one thing that happens when you are leading yourself. Your parents will respect you. Your teachers will respect you. Your friends will respect you because you are leading yourself. You are not behaving randomly. You are not behaving without direction. So you are going to learn that in the course of the challenge. You are going to learn how to prioritize. You are going to know what is important and what is urgent. What is urgent, because something may be urgent, may not be important. Something may be very important, but may not be urgent. Something may be urgent and important, which you have to do. And if you don't do important things, they'll become urgent. When they become urgent, you become desperate. You know that. So you know the difference between what is important, what is urgent, what is important, what is important and urgent, and what is not even important at all, but is a time waster. So you are not going to pay attention to it. We are going to learn that, hopefully, in the course of the challenge. From tomorrow, you get one activity every day to commit to in order for you to build your self-leadership skills. So this is it about this. This is not difficult, right? You can use this to plan. When you plan it, you are going to share it with your parents. You are going to share it with your accountability partner. That is, if your parent is your accountability partner. And I will recommend your parent to be your accountability partner. Why? Because they are the ones that can remind you all the time. They are the ones that they will remind you, and they are the ones that you want to respect, because you want to prove to them that you are leading yourself. You just want to, they remind you that, Joanne, you are supposed to do this by this time. Now, because you want to prove to them that you are taking ownership of your life, you're actually committed, then you actually want to go ahead and do the thing. But your sister, you can tell your sister, I beg, leave me. Or okay, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. With your sister, you can actually procrastinate further, which is one of the major sabotaging self-leadership habits you are going to bust in this challenge. So this is what you are going to do now. So you are going to write everything down, all the things you do. So at the end of the day, your playtime, you have your morning routine, your playtime, your television time, your gist with your friends time, your visit your friends time, you are going to write it down. That time you have written down, or the time you write down for your play, when it's time for play, you take that time and you go and play. The time you write down for your gist with your friends, you take that time and you go and gist. The time you write down for your television, for your games and everything, you are going to write them down. So if, for example, someone tells you, your friend tells you, Esther, I'll be coming to your house tomorrow. You are going to tell your friend, okay, you can come to my house, but come to my house from 3 p.m. because every other time is booked. If you go to companies, company leaders, you go to a company, you want to have a meeting with a leader, you are going to call their secretary or their personal assistant, and they are going to tell you, okay, book an appointment. It's not just because book an appointment is a fancy word to say. Book an appointment simply means that they are going to go through their bosses, the leader's schedule, know when the leader is free for you to come. So you are not just going to come, oh, I'm coming to your office tomorrow and 10 a.m. Hello. That person, every leader has a goal. They have the goals. They have the things they are pursuing. They will not put their goals on hold because of you. Except what you are bringing to the table is something very important that will help them achieve their goal. If what you are bringing to the table will help them achieve their goal, then good and fine. They'll put what they have on hold for you, or they can put you in. But if what you are bringing to the table will not help you achieve their goals, no, they are going to tell you, book an appointment, which means my boss is going to be free 4 p.m. tomorrow. You can come 4 p.m. tomorrow. That is what you are going to do. As a self-leader, you take charge of your time. Now you look at your time, then you tell yourself, okay, my playtime, I don't have free time until 4 p.m. tomorrow. So if your friend says, oh, Esther or Joanne, can you come and weave my hair for me? You say, of course, I can weave your hair for you. I'll be very happy to weave your hair for you. However, you are going to come between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. tomorrow, because every other time of mine is booked. Every other time of mine is booked. That is when you will come. And when your friend comes, you are going to actually oblige them because you have promised them. So even if you have a TV program to watch, now let me tell you something. One of the things that happen is you don't plan your day randomly. Because Ms. Orebo said you should plan your day, you are not planning your day randomly. You plan your day strategically. For example, you cannot say, oh, you have your very favorite program to watch, and your favorite program is from 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock. You are not going to you are going to read your Ben Carson from 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock because it's not realistic. At the end of the day, you are going to be torn between watching your favorite program and reading your book. So what you are going to do, you are going to make sure that 11 o'clock is booked for your favorite program, because that your favorite program is going to distract you. So even when you are reading your book, you're going to be thinking of that favorite program, except you know that you are ready to, maybe that your favorite program, you want to stop watching it. You really want to stop watching it. It's a habit you want to unlearn. You want to stop watching it. Okay, I'm going to book it for another thing. So that way, when they are showing your favorite program, you are not going to watch. You are going to read your book. But if you know that it is a habit that you must watch that your favorite program, you're not going to put your book reading there. You're not going to put any other thing there. Nah, you are just going to leave that space for your favorite program. You cannot schedule other activities around it. that's your morning routine. Then you have your afternoon routine. If you are the one preparing meals in your house, your chores, you also have specific time for your chores. You have specific time for your chores. When do you do dishes? You write it down. Okay, I do my dishes. In my house, in my family, my parents like it when I do dishes. When we do dishes first thing in the morning. So you want to write it down. That's when I do dishes. I'm the one in the kitchen. I'm preparing food. I'm cooking. Oh, Essay, you were out. Oh my God, Essay missed a great deal. Essay, you missed a great deal. You may have to go back. You watch this part that you missed, please. When
Sorry, I took the phone. I want to use it.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought she missed. So, and she may have to go back to watch the part. Joan asked a question and I answered it, and I think you will benefit from that question. So if you miss that question, please go and watch it. Go and watch that part where Joan asked the question, please. So that is it. So you just book your time like that. So at the end of the day, nobody is telling you what to do. You know when to do your chores. You know when to study your books. You have your goals already. You have your academic goals. You have your skill. Essay wants to write a book. Joan wants to ace her paper, her exams. You know, I don't know Kelechi's goals because Kelechi didn't share his goals with us. You have your goals. Kelechi, please, you must have your goals. If you don't have your goals, please have your goals. Okay. We have two Essay Ochukwu here. Okay. Kelechi, you have your goals. You must set your goals. You know the time you are located for your goals. You are going to run with it. When you are able to run with it, your parents are going to cut you a lot of slack. They're not going to breathe down your neck again because you are taking charge of yourself. Now, let me tell you another thing you want to do. What leaders do. Leaders are problem solvers. I shared this with the preteens class, so I want to share it here now. Leaders are problem solvers. So if one of the things your parents always talk about is, oh, you don't take initiative, simply means that you wait to be told, because you may not have things as chores. You may not have things as chores, but you may just have things that you don't always remember to do. Maybe you come into the living room, you see the living room all messed up. Your parents expect you to be able to fix it. As a self-leader, that is what you're supposed to be able to do. You solve problems without anyone telling you. You are always looking out for problems to solve. No one necessarily have to tell you to solve a problem. So if you know that, okay, that's one of your struggles, okay, you see things around, you don't pick them. So what you want to do, as you create your daily planner, create a time to solve problems in your daily planner. It can just be 30 minutes. You don't have to follow this, my pattern. So you don't have to print this. You don't have to follow it. You can make it every 30 minutes. I actually use this for me, and I actually use this for parents. This is for parents, but it can guide you. It can be 7 to 7:30, 7:30 to 8, 8 to 8:30. It can also be, you can see 12 to 1. So yours can be 12 to 12:30, 11 to 12. Yours can be 11 to 11:30. If you know that you have quick things to do. So you can just take 30 minutes. Okay, today in the morning, I'm going to have 10 minutes this morning. This 10 minutes is to problem solve. You create it in your planner so that you put it in your alarm. Time for problem solve. You go around the house. You check things that needs to be done. Okay, there's water in the kitchen, water mess in the kitchen. You dry it up. You don't need to bother who made this mess. You dry it up. Okay, you go outside. There are trash on the ground. They're not meant to be on the floor outside. You pick them up. You are problem solving. Okay, you go somewhere. Something is not functioning well. This thing is fault. Your parents they've not noticed it. Or you have someone has not noticed it. You take note of it. You come, you go to the bathroom. Okay, our soap is running out. It's not when I'm bathing in the morning I realize my soap is finished. I start running up and down looking for soap. No, my soap is finished. I need to get a replacement. You just take 10 minutes a day to go around looking for problems to solve. Those things your parents always nag about, the areas you don't take initiative. You are not taking initiative, so they are nagging about those areas. So you just go out, you take 10 minutes in the morning, you go out, you look for those things to put in place. In the afternoon, you take 5 minutes, you look for problems. Okay, your picture frame is dusty, you clean it up. Your TV remote is not working, you replace the battery, you replace the battery. You have things around you need to do, things that you feel, oh, they are calling for attention. You just go around, you fix it. Leaders, they are problem solvers. They always solve problems. So as a self-leader, you need to commit to solving problems around the house. In the evening, the same thing. Before bedtime, you can check around. What is this thing that needs to be done? Something needs to, is there anything that is begging to be done? You go around and you fix them up. At the end of the day, you are leading yourself without anyone necessarily telling you what to do. Now, remember, for you to always remember, you are going to insert it into your planner, your daily planner. Now, the truth of the matter is, your day may not be all together. They may not be uniform. Your Monday, your Tuesday, your Wednesday, maybe you have coding class, for example. You may have your coding class on a Thursday. So it simply means that you have a different schedule on a Thursday. You create your planner for a Thursday for that. It is why you have this. I showed you this yesterday. I showed you this summer planner. Where is it? Oh, okay, no. You still have it, right? You have it. You know what I'm referring to. Esther, you have it. You know what I'm referring to. You have this. It is why you have this. This is from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day. You have this. So you can write, okay, you can decide, these are the dates. You can decide to also, if you are writing with your hand, excuse me, you can make it smaller. You just write it from this to this. This is what I do. On the 25th, on the Kelechi, you missed a lot, please. Kelechi, please, it's important that you go back and watch this part you missed. What you want to do is, you want to go back, you can just fast forward every other part you have watched. You can fast forward them, and the part you missed, make sure you watch it. Did you hear me, Kelechi? It is very, very important. I don't know if some part you missed. It's very important you watch the part you missed. It is very important. Every part you miss, you must watch it. All of you, please. So I was saying that. So this is this is your planner for the entire summer. This is 45 days. So what you want to do is to start like on the 31st of July. It has passed. Okay. Let me go somewhere else. So you have 6th of August by 10 a.m. you have your coding class. So I'm going to write it there. 6th of August, 10 a.m. you have your coding you have your coding class. You write it there. By 5th of August, you have your, maybe something you have to do, you write it here. This is your planner. You plan your entire summer. So when your friends tell you, Kelechi, can I come over? Or can you come and play football in the field? Because becoming a professional footballer is not your goal. You have planned your goal. You are going to tell your friend, okay, what time is the football? The football is 8 o'clock. The football is going to happen on the 3rd of August by 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. You are going to tell your friend, okay, let me check my schedule for the day. You come to your schedule, you check 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. On the 3rd of August, do you have anything there? Yes, you have something there. I'm sorry, I cannot play football with you. Do you have anything there? No, I don't have anything there, so I can play football with you. Are you getting me? This is how you plan. When you plan your days like this, you have all the fun you can have. You can play, you can watch your television, you can still do your productive things you want to do. You can still become very productive. Still lead yourself to productivity. Your parents are still going to be super happy, super pleased. There's going to be harmony in your home, and you are not going to have your parents yelling, nagging. You have your grades improved because you are able to plan yourself and manage yourself effectively. So I think I'm going to stop here today. If you have any questions, please do well to ask. Ask your questions, please. Ask your questions. So should I ask you questions? Ask your questions. So should I ask you questions?
Ma, we don't have questions.
What? Can you not have questions? Kelechi, do you have questions?
Everything else is clear.
Everything is clear. Okay. So you have tasks, right?
Yes, ma'am.
First of all, you have a couple of tasks now. You have not been doing your journaling, so you are going to start journaling your days. At the end of the day, you are going to start taking notes of your day and putting them into your journal. Then secondly, you are going to plan your summer. I've explained to you how to plan your summer. So your assignments now, which you are going to submit tomorrow, is 1, start your journal. 2, plan your summer. Use this to plan your summer, your complete summer, plan it. 3, your self-sabotaging habits. Habits that will make you not smash your goals. And 4, your goals. Your goals is for Kelechi because others have written their goals or others shared their goals yesterday with me. So these are your assignments. Is there any assignment I did not mention? These assignments were given yesterday, so I expect you to be able to finish them up and submit them tomorrow, so that by tomorrow evening you get your first task you are going to do. Like I told you, it's not a big deal. It's not something difficult. It's just something regular, something you do every day. It can just be create and something you do every day. Something you do every day. Now remember, you're also going to give you're also going to name your accountability partner. Name your accountability partner. And be ready to say no to distraction. Okay? So now that we don't have any questions, I would have asked you questions, but unfortunately, I have another class to attend to. So I will just run along now and join the next class I have to attend to. But we are still going to have a class on self-leadership towards the end of the class, because after today, next class is going to be on I think sex education. Then the other class is going to be on manners and etiquette. And the last class is going to be spiritual intelligence. And I'm not the one taking those classes. We have 3 different people taking those classes, but I'll always be here. I'll always be here to see your beautiful faces. I don't know if you want to see my face again, but I want to see your faces. Even though Joanne and Esther, they don't show me their faces. I don't know why. They don't want me to see their beautiful faces, so that when I see them on the road, I will not recognize them. I don't know why. At least I know Kelechi's face. I'll recognize Kelechi. Esther, I didn't see Esther's face much. I didn't see Esther's face much. But I hope I'll see Esther's face again. I'll be able to recognize Esther. Derek, I saw Derek's face, but not so much. Yes. So thank you so much for joining today. Thank you so much. We are going to see next week, Friday. Meanwhile, you are going to be dropping your tasks in the class every day, right? Thank you so much. So bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Mom.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, Esther was still here. Esther, I stopped seeing you at some point. Bye, everyone.